So today I found these lovely rosehips that always appear in the autumn. They're such a great fruit to make drinks out of, rich in vitamin C, so they're really nice if you've got a cold or flu or just a bit of a sore throat. Now this one was quite soft, so when you pick them, you don't want them to be like this, they're starting to rot a bit, you want them to be quite firm. Fun fact, if a rose has these curved spikes on it, it means it's a climbing rose. So the rosehip has seeds inside, lots of little seeds, and they have these tiny hairs on them that can cause irritation to the skin, and also if you ingest them they can cause irritation to your throat and your stomach. So it's important to either remove the seeds or filter them out. So I'm going to show you two ways to do it. So this way you just remove them, clean the seeds out, and you can get rid of them all. And then just chop the rosehips up roughly. So if you don't get rid of the seeds, you'll need a muslin or a nut milk bag to filter the hairs out, and you basically just bash the rosehips like that. You can leave the seeds in, but they're bashed up so that they can release their goodness. And then if you're making a tea, you can just pour boiling water into some rosehips in a cup, leave it for a few minutes, and you've got a lovely rosehip tea. If you want to get more goodness out of the rosehips, you can make what's called a decoction, where you have to boil the rosehips for about 15 minutes. Works better with the lid on, but at least you can boil them without the lid and then leave them to cool with the lid on, and that helps to keep in some of the essential oils that are contained in the rosehips. And there's our decoction. And like I said, this is a lovely drink for cold and flu, so you can always dry the rosehips and keep them in reserve for winter and use them throughout the winter to make teas and decoctions.